Welcome to how to calculate the value of a business for sale in 2022. My name is Andrew Maxon and I'm one of the partners, co-founders and accredited in business valuations at InteleK Business Valuations and Advisory. In this series, I'll be running you through exactly just how we do calculate the value of a business for sale in 2022. Now, regardless of the valuation purpose, and by purpose I mean whether we're valuing the subject company for a transaction or for another purpose such as for internal planning, litigation support or tax compliance, the framework that we use to calculate the value of a business is fairly similar. In this video, I will focus on that framework and exactly what are the components that we use to calculate and come up with a subject company's value. Now, typically there are three what we call valuation approaches that we use to calculate the value of all our businesses that we assess at InteleK. Now, the first approach is called the income approach. Now, the income approach, as the name suggests, this is where we look at the income that comes from any asset, but in this case here, we're talking about our business. We'll look at the cash flows effectively, and then we will apply some measure to discount those cash flows to present value today, assessed for the risk of those cash flows. Now, the market approach is the second approach that we look at, and this is where we compare comparable sales in other like-for-like businesses to our subject company. The third approach is called the asset approach, and in the asset approach, at a very high level, we look at the cost to replicate or reconstruct the business that we are valuing. In this series, I will go through all of these approaches in detail, and within each approach, there are a range of what we call valuation methods within the approaches that we could or couldn't use. Now, when assessing the applicable approaches to use to value any business, we assess a range of factors such as both qualitative and quantitative data from the subject company and from external sources. By quantitative data, typically this is company financials and revolve around the numbers of the company, with other qualitative components considered as well. In the end, it's up to the appraiser or the valuer to decide which of these three approaches to valuation is the most applicable, or what we refer to as one of the higher drivers of value for the subject company. There are occasions where we use all three approaches. There are occasions where we mainly use one approach, and that is part of what we call the science and also art to valuing a business. I look forward to seeing you in the rest of the series, and please enjoy.